All right, everybody, welcome back. Sailing takes me away to where I knew it would be. It's not just a song. It's a very good song, by the way. It's kind of old, but that's cool. It's also a life philosophy, and sailing is alive and well on Guam. We have Ginger Porter and Corey Santos here, and we are going to talk about not only an upcoming Goodwill regatta between Ginger, Guam, and Japan, but also we're going to talk to Corey about youth sailing and getting Guam's kids involved in this wonderful sport. So happy day to you both.
Right. Hey, thanks for having us here.
Okay, so good to have you here. Ginger, we'll start with you. Ladies first.
Okay.
So tell us about this regatta.
This is the 41st year that we have had the Guam-Japan Goodwill Regatta, and it was initiated years ago by Phil Drips, who was here at the time, and he met Takao Otani at a competition in Bermuda. It was their idea to get Guam and Japan together for a regatta. So in the 70s, it started, and we've held it ever since, with the exception of 2 years. And one of those years, I believe it was probably this South Pacific Games was being held, and the other time is we actually held the Asia Pacific Laser Championships here in Guam. And so those efforts kind of put this aside for 2 years, but since then we've had Japanese sailors come down and enjoy sailing in the sun and in the warm water.
Now I cannot wait for people out there to take a look at this shirt, because like before we started this taping, you actually got a good shot of that shirt. So that is beautiful.
This is a trophy that was made last year.
Stained glass, it looks like.
It was stained glass.
Nice.
And Takao Otani, his wife is an artist, and she puts together much of the designs. He does some of the designs. They have an adult son who has Down syndrome, and he and other people who work in a little, what they call the People's Factory, put the trophies together. So this is really a special thing for us. And so this year, we added the 2018 to one of the sale numbers and put it on a shirt.
Okay. Well, the sport is for people of all ages, like Corey. Next question to you. How long have you been doing this now, and how many people like your age within your peer group are also sailing?
Oh man, I've been, kind of taught myself to sail when I was 16, 21 now. I don't know too many people my age group that are really doing anything like this. I just kind of have a lot of fun windsurfing, and it's more of a solo venture. But we hope to change that, and that's why we've been developing our youth programs here and whatnot to get, kids from Guam to, I don't know, enjoy the water, and
Guam is the ultimate environment for this kind of sport. So tell us, like, for kids that are used to doing like windsurfing, paddling, even maybe sailboarding and everything like that, what makes regatta competition so distinct and challenging as an athlete?
Well, a lot of sports, traditional sports, it's a lot of physical activity, right? It's compound movements, you're running, you're kicking a ball through a goal, you're shooting hoops. With sailing, it's all of that. And then it's like a chess match on the water. It's a completely intellectual game, strategies involved, tactics, everything's depending on the type of wind, the type of water you're racing in. It can be intense.
Now, what makes Guam's conditions, as far as like, the gusts that we get and the natural breeze that we have being on an island, as well as the water and everything, is that better, or does it make for some unique challenges?
I live for it. I live for the trade winds.
Can you actually max out your speeds here because of the trade winds?
You can actually overpower yourself, yeah.
Okay.
You have the opportunity to also get enough speed going that you can catch the front of a wave with the laser, and it's just like surfing. So it doesn't last forever, but it does give you a thrill, and the boat will get into a position where it begins to vibrate and it will sing to you.
So interesting how you juxtapose that with surfing and everything. So would you actually grind on the inside of a wave like a surfer would, or would you actually try and like catch air like a skateboarder would and actually jump off the wave?
Probably just stay along the front of it and catch as much speed as possible.
Okay.
Just try to get on the front of that wave and just
cool.
ride it down as far as you can go. But it's a lot of fun, and Corey's right. It's a mental game as well as a physical game. And especially I used to sail years ago, and I would always put crew on board. And with the extra weight, we were able to actually have some wins against, win against some other people.
Well, I'm old enough to remember, Ginger, when the America's Cup happened in the 80s and everybody caught sailing fever. Everybody was following it, through every stage of the race, every leg. It's kind of come back. It's had a renaissance a couple times. But to get people, Guamanians, involved, knowing the rules of the sport and knowing how to participate in everything, what do we have to do?
Well, we do have youth training programs, and these past couple of years we focused on teenagers and older. And I think that's been a successful approach to it. It is an expensive sport. Our equipment is expensive. but we hold Blues by the Bay, and that helps support scholarships for the summer sailing program that we offer to youth. And this year, because Corey is going off island to teach for another yacht club, we're only going to do 2 weeks of that camp, probably in early June.
Okay, Corey, where can you go if you've achieved and gotten, like a certain pedigree with the sport and everything like that? Obviously, we remember Kathleen Moore-Lynn when she competed in the Olympics for laser sailing. But where else can you go if you compete in the sport? Can you play for college or?
Yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit, really. Most universities along coasts or along lakes, they do have a sailing team, not just lasers, but bigger boats, Hobie Cats, crew teams and whatnot, windsurfing teams. And
crew rowing is crazy.
yeah, must be.
I've seen those guys get off there, and I mean, these guys look like Greek gods.
Ginormous.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some of our other young members of the club in prior years be part of sailing teams at Old Dominion and also at the University of Hawaii.
ODU is a great school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So there is a lot of college opportunity, as Corey had mentioned. There's also a lot of Asian opportunity, and we've had invitations to compete in various areas, and it's been funded at Doha and in Qatar. And when you get those areas, all you have to do is get there, because everything else is free.
Okay.
Because they have so much money flowing into it.
Well, we are going to head into commercial break right now, but we want to let people know that are chomping at the bit right now to get involved with sailing. Is there a Facebook page where people can check you guys out, or a number they can call?
Yes, there is. Mariana's Yacht Club has a Facebook page, and it lists all of our activities that are coming up. And we also have a web page.
Okay. Well, we started with Ginger. Corey, last word is yours. Why should people get involved in yachting on Guam?
It's fun. Mariana's Yacht Club makes it so easy. It is an expensive sport, but with people like Ginger and the club, they provide everything for you, and you're able to get that solid foundation.
All right,
built.
easy as that. Well, thank you both.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you guys out on the water.
All right.
And we look forward to seeing you after this break.